Drawing onto the children's knowledge of counting backwards in tens and ones from year 2, we introduce the year 3 subtraction on a number line. We introduce the language as well. So the number that is going to become smaller is called the minuend. Minuend. The number that is subtracted from the minuend is called subtrahend. And the result is called the difference. And this is important language as well to use, as it is very useful for reasoning or word problems. So in this case we have 126 that we will position into our number line. Because we are subtracting, our number that will become smaller, our minuend, needs to be positioned at the end of the number line. So 126. Now let's see. We will partition 45 into tens and ones. 45 is made of 4 tens and 5 ones. 4 tens, that would allow us to do 4 jumps of 10, or if we feel confident going across the hundreds, we can just do an efficient jump of 40 backwards. But let's go slow. Let's go with 4 jumps of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. Now 126 minus 10. Our ones will not change. Okay, so this one will not change. Now minus 10, we have 2 tens, take away 1 10. That gives me 1 10 left, and my 100 does not change for now. Now we are in 116. Minus 10 will be 106. Now careful, in this jump we are going across the hundreds back to only tens. So 106 take away 10 equals 96. And 96 take away 10. Once again, our ones do not change, only my 10 change this time. 86. All right, so we have subtracted 40. Now, let's subtract 5 ones. So we will have to jump back in ones. So 86 take away 1 equals 85. Take away 1 equals 84. Take away 1 equals, those are 3 jumps already, 83. Take away 1 equals 82. Let's keep track on my jumps. I am supposed to jump 5 jumps back. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this will be my last one. Take away 1, 82. Take away 1 is 81. And my difference, the answer to the subtraction would be 81. In some cases, I can see that the ones from my minuend is greater than the ones from my subtrahend, so I wouldn't have to go across any boundaries. And the same case in my tens. I have more tens here than here, so I can do easily efficient jumps on my number line. So let's see. It is a subtraction, so I make sure that I write my minuend at the very end of my number line, 226. Now, let's partition 13. 13 is made out of 1 10, one jump of 10, and 3 ones. So one jump of 10 back. Let's do that. Take away 10. That would take me to 216. I took away this. Now I am going to take away 3. I can do efficient jumps. So 6. Take away 3 equals 3. And the rest does not change. So the difference in this case would be 213. We can also have examples such as 216 take away 27. And here, if we want to do efficient jumps, we need to make sure that we don't fall into this trap. So let's try. As we are subtracting, we write our minuend at the end of our number line, 216, there it is. Now, let's partition our subtrahend. So 27 is made of 20 and 7. So our first jump, we do the big jumps first. So take away 20. Now, this is 216. We need to make sure that we will end up in hundreds. So 216 take away 10 is 206, and take away another 10 is 196. So I took away these 20, and now I take away 7. I have only 6, so I can use my number bonds, knowing that to go back to 0 from 6, that would be 6, and 7 is made out of 6 plus 1. So I can do a jump of take away 6, for example, 190, and take away 1, which is 190, which is 189. So my difference is 189. So once we are confident taking away, subtracting on number lines, and we understand what the subtraction operation is, starting with something and that something becomes smaller, we would introduce the formal method, in this case the column method. We need to be careful that we use the place value language correctly. So in this case we would have 78, which is made of 7 tens and 8 ones, take away 23, which is made of 3 ones and 2 tens. We would start with our minuend. So we have 8, take away 3. And it's good to point at it and say it so we don't get confused with other operations. It is forcing our brain to really focus on the operation we are doing right now. So we would have 8. This is all we have. This is our minuend. This is what we start with. We don't have more than that. 8. This is what it means. We have 8 and we take away 3, minus 3. So we would have 5 ones left. Now in this case we have 7 tens, take away 2 tens, so this is 70, take away 20. It can be confusing to say it like that, it sounds larger than it is, so just saying 7 tens, take away 2 tens equals 5 tens. The answer to my subtraction is 55. The difference to my subtraction is 55. All right, so once again, we are proceeding to calculate a subtraction using the column method. We are going to have some fun here with some exchange. Let's do this. So that would be 78 made of 7 tens, 73, sorry, and 3 ones. Take away 27, which is made of 7 ones and 2 tens. So you can see what is going to happen already. I won't have enough, and I will have to knock on my neighbor's door. So here we are, and this is why it's so important to point at the operation. Otherwise we would be tempted to see, okay, so I have 7 and I take away 3, and that would be the mistake. So we start from the minuend. 3, this is what I have. I don't have any more. 3, take away 7. I can't do that. I do not have enough. What can I do? Well, after a lot of thinking, I know that I can get 10 ones from my 10. So this is what I call exchange. I take 1 10 from my tens, leaving only 6 tens, and this 10 is now exchanged into 10 ones. So now instead of 3, I have these 10 ones on top of it. So it's 10 ones plus 3 equals 13. Now I do have a lot. 13 take away 7 equals 6. And now 6 take away 2 equals 4. The result to my subtraction is 46. That is the difference. And we've done some exchange. So we continue showing subtraction following a column method. So let's do this. 235 made of 5 ones, 3 tens, and 2 hundreds. Take away 127. We make sure that we align our digits. That is very important, very basic, but very important. And here we are again. So we have 5. We have 5 ones, and they want us to take 7 away. We can't do that unless we exchange. So we look at our next value. Our next value is the tens. We have 3 tens. So instead of 3 tens, we are going to exchange one of them into 10 ones. Because remember, 1 10 equals 10 ones. So let's take 1 10 from these. So instead of 3 tens, we will leave now 2 tens, because one of those 10 is now exchanged into 10 ones. So 10 ones plus 5 is 15. 15 take away 7 equals 8. Now 2 take away 2 equals 0. and 2 take away 1 equals 1.